guys, it's Talia. It is Sunday, September 17th, and sorry you missed me last weekend. I didn't go apartment hunting like I said I was going to, so that's not the reason. Hold on. He's being needy right now. I didn't go apartment hunting like I said I was going to. But I did on Thursday or Friday. I came down, I woke up, and the whole side of my face right here was like swollen. And went to the hospital, because by the time I decided to do that, the dentist's office would have been closed. What are you doing? Why are you... Sorry. Why are you being pitiful right now? It's not like you don't get enough attention. And I said, yeah, I had an abscess tooth. Gave me a prescription. Gave me 3 prescriptions, actually. The thing is, I didn't get any of them filled. And the short story behind that was 2 of them was for pain. Which I normally use like the powdered, BC powdered anyway. And the only one that wasn't for pain was the antibiotic. Well, that was in capsule form. And yes, you could break it open. But one of my associates gets the exact same thing and the exact same dosage. Well, not the exact same dosage, but the exact same strength. She gets the exact same thing every time she has a surgery because she was in an accident some time back. And she keeps having surgeries to reconstruct her eye, basically, in the area around her eye. So she says every time she has a surgery, they give her one of those prescriptions for the exact same thing. And so she brought in a few one day, the next day, and I broke one open, and based on the advice of a drugstore pharmacist, broke one open and put it into a pudding cup, the chocolate pudding cup. That was the most horrid thing I have ever tasted. That's the reason why I don't like antibiotics, because they taste horrible. And I tried one normal sized bite, finally managed to get that down after like 5 minutes, and tried like a little, like on the tip of the spoon, like a little tiny bit of it, and no, since I put that in my mouth, like that was the biggest mistake of my life. The antibiotic was not going to work if I couldn't take it, because another little fact about me is I basically can't take pills. I could take something like in a small tablet form, like something about the size of an Advil or aspirin, something like that. I can occasionally, but anything bigger than that, it gets stuck in my throat. If it doesn't get stuck in my throat, then I proceed to bring it back up. So yeah, that's why the antibiotic is not working for me. So I looked into more home remedies of getting rid of it, of oral infections. So it seemed like, what is it? Hydrogen peroxide was the way to go. So just every morning I've been swishing with that for a few seconds. And back to normal now. There's no tenderness, like it's, of course that's my jaw in general. Pretty much back to normal now. I hope it doesn't happen again. I did post it on Facebook about my jaw being swollen up. Like, it was like out to here. Like, it was majorly swollen up, you could tell. So yeah, that's why I posted and that I wasn't going to be doing a video last weekend. The apartment thing is gonna have to wait for now. I've got to get these two guys neutered. He definitely is getting dropped off tomorrow morning, and then I gotta go back and pick him up the following day, because they have to keep them overnight, and when they have that type of surgery. So he's definitely getting taken care of this week. Because I'm really hoping that doing that will calm him down a little bit, and that he won't walk around the house meowing so much, especially like super late at night. And that's what prompted me to hold off on apartment hunting right now, is because if he walks around the house meowing at 3 in the morning, I don't think any apartment neighbors are going to appreciate that. So it'll have to wait. I mean, I'm basically fine where I'm at now. I may not like it 100%, but I'm fine. There's nothing wrong with it. So that's going to happen eventually. I'm hoping, not hoping, I'm definitely going to be in the new place before Christmas, by December. So you're going to have to get down for now. Don't get comfortable. You want to lay right there? It's fine. I don't want to like hold on too much because I have a black shirt on. And this is supposedly the shirt that I'm going to wear to work. Let me just jump right into it. Because I have a few things to show. As you can see, like a little sort of a pile over here. First thing I want to show, since it's on top. The other day I took out Needleworker by Little House Needleworks. I'm sure we've all seen this one. And it's still on the Q snap because I still want to work on it. I'm having a lot of fun working on this one right now. Last time you saw this, I had all of this done. I had the lighter ease right there. The end wasn't here. So since the last time you saw this, I have completely done the end. Did the darker color down here, and I did the darker color in the ease. I still have string on the back. I still have the thread on the back. I went ahead and started that stitch in where the B is. Sorry, where the D is. Looks like a B from my point of view. I went ahead and started that stitch on the D because so it was ready whenever I got ready to pick it back up. Because I am cutting the string. Now it looks forward to me, so it's probably going to be backwards to you. Because I'm cutting the string between every letter. So that's where it sits at now. I'm probably going to work on this again today, and I'm sure I'll get the rest of that darker color done down there. Probably start on the bird that's right here. But I definitely want to do this half before I move on to the other half. So that's where that sits at now. FYI, I did put in like literally like a few stitches, maybe about 20 stitches in Chester, which is another one that I really want to work on, but I just can't seem to get to actually pick it up and work on it. Last week I did work on stained glass Ariel for a few days. And because Because, yeah, I know I said that I was going to focus on it this month. I just keep getting called in different directions. And yeah, there's still the length of thread in the way here. That's always nice. This is where she sets that now. Sorry. Since last time you saw this, I think last time you saw this, I was still like up here. With the navy blue, I've done all this, obviously. Finish this down here, all this navy blue. Did this one section right here in the green, and did a little bit more, a few more lines here. So, because I'm trying to break it up, like I'm trying not to do like just blue on blue on blue on blue on blue. That's why I haven't just outright finished her hair and her fin and all that stuff, because I am trying to break it up, because I know the outside, like not her, but like outside of her, everything else is blues, all blues. So yeah, that needs some breaking up, especially this navy blue right here. Yes, this is navy blue. Especially this navy blue right here. This is the most boring color I have ever stitched, and that's even more boring than black, at least to me. But that's where she sits at now. Not much to show. Yeah, there's still a whole nother half down here where her fin is. Her fin is like down here. I don't know. I might try to pick her up sometime this week, if I can, if I feel like it. May or may not. The next thing I worked on, yeah, I had a new start too. That's that last thing you see down there. Next thing I worked on was to save the stitches, if only to do the border, to start a border. It's getting longer now. So this is the save the stitches with the border. I did that. The border. I did the border. This particular border, it does work out evenly. And I'm going to try to explain it the best way I can. I chose to skip 2 stitches between each side. So there's 2 stitches here, or 2 blocks here. And then 2 blocks there. So without the border, the measurements on Save the Stitches for the whole thing is 180 by 380. So skipping 2 stitches, or adding 2 stitches on to each side, and adding 2 stitches to each end, to each side, plus the border is actually a square 8 by 8. So 2 stitch space plus 8 space for the border, so it's an extra 10. 10 and 10, 20 to the length, to the height measurement. So that would be 400. 380 plus 20, 400. And then 10 and 10 to the width measurement. So 180 plus 10 is 200. So 200, 200 wide, 400 tall. Divide that number by 8, and for the width you get the number 25. So that's 25 individual motifs, which means I had to center a motif on the center of the design, which is fine. The height Obviously with it being doubled the width, 400 divided by 8 is 50. So that's an even 50 motif. So the horizontal center, like top, bottom, horizontal center, is actually between two motifs in the border. So it works out good that way. And I had messaged Liz Almond and told her I was having a little bit of trouble, like making sure that my measurements were right for doing the border. And I told her my measurements. By that point, I had already stitched a few of the motifs to make and started it. And by the time she got back to me, and she requested, like, if you can send me a picture of the motif, that's, that'll help me. And so I did, and she got back to me, but I didn't see it until the next day. And she had actually charted out the border around the design, and she was saying, "Oh yeah, it's gonna work out perfectly." Because when she initially responded to me the first time, she was saying that she didn't think a two space difference between the design and the border, she didn't think it was going to be enough. But she stitched it. She said it's going to look great. And so that was encouraging. That was encouraging. So that's what the border is going to look like on Save the Stitches. So as I am moving down the pattern, as I'm doing it, then I will just do the border on the side, because I didn't want to do the whole pattern and then have to go back and do the border. I wanted to go ahead and do the border as I'm doing the rest of the pattern. So my new start requires an explanation. It requires an afterword. But let me show it to you first. You can probably hear beads in here. That might be a clue. That's the pattern. I don't think you want to see the pattern. Angel of Love. And these pictures do not do this thing justice at all. No justice whatsoever. This is just a flat, non-sparkly picture. So let me show you what it looks like. I did start it. And if you guys remember, this is actually a 16 count Ada in the Cauldron colorway from Picture This Plus. Let me show it to you first, and then I'll go into what my thoughts are. Sorry, hold it up a little bit more. This is what it looks like. This is what I did. This is gorgeous to me. I mean, I love it. It's so sparkly. You're not even getting the sparkle in acrylic, are you? Like, it's sparkly. Hold it that way. Yeah, a little bit better. But this is gorgeous to me. But the only thing is the beads. If I could do this 100% in acrylic, I'd be fine. If I could replace all the beads with acrylic, I'd be fine. But the beads are tight. They're very tight. On these right here, these rows right here, as you can see, they're not even. I've actually had to adjust and omit some of the bead spaces. The side to side is fine. The rows of them across are fine. It's just when you get into the up and down where they start getting, where they don't fit. So, and that one's even coming out. See, yeah. I've tried to keep them as tight as possible. They're totally messing up now. I've tried to keep them as tight as possible, so that they don't wiggle around too much. But I think I'm going to have to not admit defeat, but I might have to I'm gonna have to raise the white flag on this. And this week I will be ordering a 28 count cashel in the same color, because I like the color. I like the color of the fabric. I think this is a gorgeous color. It's like blue, but it has those like hints of rust. So yeah, I'll be ordering. I'll probably just end up picking all this out after I get my new start in. But I'm gonna restart it. Not that I couldn't make it work, but I have too much left. There's just too many beads on here to try to do this. So that's why that's why I've made the decision to go ahead and restart it. But that's basically all I worked on these last couple of weeks. I've been really having fun with needleworker the last couple of days, and I don't want to stop working on it, so I'm not. Which kind of makes me feel a tiny bit bad because it's not part of the year of whips. But I'm at this point, like I'm almost over year of whips. I'll continue to work on certain things, but I'm probably going to be working on them more in consideration for how much credit I can get from Stitch from Stash, which may just end up getting blown completely out of the water. Because like I just said, I'm going to have to reorder. I'm going to have to order another piece of fabric. And the size fabric that I need for her, even from 123 Stitch, or from anywhere basically, for that 28 count cashel is going to be just under $25, like 24 and some change, and that's on sale. And then I might as well, I'm going to go ahead and order some Nymo thread and one of those little seedy things. I've already forgotten what you call it. Oh, I don't know, I'll tell you. I thought I did. Yeah. Tacky bob. I'm gonna go ahead and order a tacky bob. So just the fabric, the tacky bob, and the Nymo thread is gonna be about $38 or something like that. I have credit so far this month. I have a credit of $35.40. So that's going to put me slightly over for just that. I have also been thinking if this is how Angel of Love is going on 16 count, I'm not sure I want to chance it by trying to do my shadowing on a 32 count. So maybe next month, because I'm already going to be completely annihilating my budget next month. Well, in the next month or two. So if I'm going to be doing that, I'm thinking about go ahead and ordering the fabric that I liked better than the Picture This Plus fabric that I ordered. Because if you remember, I had gotten a bunch of fabric from Picture This Plus, and I had decided on the color Splash, but it's 32 count. I like Splash. It's a gorgeous color. It's like a close second to the one that I really wanted to put it on. And that's actually going to be, I think it was, I know it's Hand-Dyed Fabric by Stephanie. It's the color. I mean, it's the company. I want to say it's Ariel's Grotto or something like that. I don't even know. I don't know. It's a color by Hand-Dyed Fabrics by Stephanie. But it's a gorgeous teal color. So I'm probably just gonna order a thing with a chatelaine. That's a big chatelaine, so it's gonna have to take a fat half. So, and that's gonna cost me about $40, $50. So that I'm going to be ordering at a later time, just so I can make sure that I'm good and squared away with all the beads and stuff that's on the chatelaine. And then I'm also going to have to be ordering my kit from European Cross Stitch. Somebody made the suggestion that European Cross Stitch would probably be having a sale in November, toward the end of November, like around Thanksgiving. Whether I want to wait that late or not, I don't know. I'll consider it, but it's something I'm going to have to think about, because I definitely need to order that kit. So yeah. Okay. I have talked entirely too much, you guys. I got a couple of things in the mail over these last couple of weeks, and I'm pretty much just going to go in order, because right after my last video, my fabric of the month showed up from Leslie at Under the Sea Fabrics, and there's people have already showed theirs. I get the 32 count linen. This is Gaia. It does show up orange, but it's more of a peach color. If you can imagine, like peach Fanta or a peach color, it's more peach. You know, these things are never right. But that's Gaia. It's peach, but it has like slight hints of like green. I don't know what you call that. Green or black. I'm also going to take suggestions on getting into a second fabric of the month. I know that I don't think Hand-Dyed by Steph, I don't think she's taking new members right now. Of course, I'm not 100% sure on that. If she is, let me know. But I'm also vaguely considering like one of the UK dyers. If Jodery does a hand-dyed subscription, because I've ordered from her before. Was it her? Yeah, I think it was Jodery that I ordered from for that Dragon Ball Z piece. She had to do a special custom dye for me. Then I got in the just cross stitch ornament issue. I guess you get kind of surprised that this comes in the mail as part of my subscription, because when I first, what the hell? Why is there a cat claw in my magazine? Because the first year I got this magazine, the first year that I had a subscription to just cross stitch, this didn't come automatically. I think the Halloween issue did, but the Christmas ornament didn't. It was something that I had to order, or that I would have had to order if I had wanted it. But this year and last year, it's been part of the subscription, so I don't know. I know several people have already showed the flip throughs, so I'm not going to bore you with that. I will show you a couple of the ones that I do really like. And you guys know that I'm not big on holidays. I'm especially never stitched an ornament. Don't ever see myself stitching an ornament. But there was a couple of these designs that I did really, really like. Let me find. Oh, by the way, have y'all seen this guy? This is an advertisement for Fire Mountain Gems. Look at this Santa. Look at that. Like, he's all beaded and stuff. Anyway, moving on. Yeah, this one. Danielle. The first time I saw a flip through of this issue was when Danielle, as Teresa, when she did it, she was giving it away. And she asked us to, in the comments, to write down what our favorite design was. Cause she flipped through every single section. This one, I fell in love with. That one right there. That guy right there, I fell in love with him. I absolutely fell in love with him. Isn't he the cutest? He's just so freaking adorable. And he is the Amy Brucken Designs Rockin' a New Holiday Hat is the name of that one. Oh my god. He's just so adorable. I can't freaking stand it. He's just so freaking adorable. I can't stand it. I have to do him. I have to. And then I think that was it for that section. I have always liked that they've done these in sections, and they've done each section a different color, like on the pages. It's different colors in the sections. Is there anything on this? I don't think there was anything on this section. No, I don't think there was anything on this section. What's next? Then I do kind of like these mittens right here. These right here. I do kind of like those. Those are pretty. Those are cute. And that is from the Little Stitcher. And it's called Warm Hands, Warm Heart. I think she's actually the same one that, let me see. No, that's not it. Let me get back here. If I'm not mistaken, why do they put subscription cards in magazine subscriptions? Yeah, she's actually the same one that designed that Buried Moon piece that I did. Yeah, that's cute. And she's actually the same one that did that Buried Moon piece, Buried Moon design that I did, and she has a Never-Ending Story one too that I really want. But that's her, Laura. So. Was there anything in the next one? The next one had the really, really gorgeous pieces. And I pretty much like most of these on here. you've got, of course, as with everybody else, this ink circles one. This My Big Toe one I really like. I don't like that they finished it so close to the edge of the design. I mean, I think they could have left at least a little bit of room. This Peace on Earth one is really nice. I think that's by Lizzie Kate, isn't it? Oh, that's From the Heart New Art by Wendy. That one's really cute. I do kind of like this one. This one I'm kind of on the fence on. This Joy one right here. And that one was from Frony Ritter Designs. Next. You know, I really like, I actually do like black work. So I like this one. I like this one right here. This is from Blackwork Journey. It's called, and this is called Silver and Gold. That one right there. This one I kind of like too, but I think I would do it on a different color fabric to make those actually stand out a little bit more. And that one is by Patricia Ann Designs. I don't think this one had anything. I don't think that section had anything. This one I like, and of course it's by Lizzie Kate. She always does the cutest stuff. The Lizzie Kate one right here. Very Merry. I don't know if I would put that Very Merry down at the bottom. If I did it, I would probably just do the designs here, and then probably do that border down at the bottom, or not, or just finish it off as just like this, right? Just this little section right here. And then the Noel is really pretty too. That Noel. And that one is a company called Turquoise Graphics and Designs. It's just called Rustic Noel. That's going to be it. That's all the ones that I liked, and I'm really surprised that I liked as many as I did in this one. I know a lot of people aren't crazy about the Halloween one, and I concur with that. I'm not crazy about the Halloween issue this year. There were some sort of cute designs, but nothing in there that really called to me. So yeah, that's why I was really surprised that I seen anything in this one that I really liked. But that rock and the holiday hat, that one is just too adorable. I'm gonna have to do that one. I'm really gonna have to do that one. Because it's just too cute to pass up. So the only other thing I got actually came yesterday. Hold on. I'm sorry, it's almost cold by now. Sorry, my throat needed a little bit of moisturization. Okay, and this just came yesterday, and I'm so glad it came yesterday, because yesterday was not the best day for me. Yeah. And I have actually kind of rearranged these a little bit on the different cards to put the different themes together. Come on. Okay. First one we have, and these are from the Everyday Stitcher, by the way. These are so totally upside down. We have the Aladdin and Jasmine. the Allons-y Doctor Who Converse star. Perry from Phineas and Ferb. That is one of the few cartoons that I will actually sit and watch, is Phineas and Ferb. Then we have the stained glass dove, kind of the religious theme. And this one right here, she's a YouTuber. She goes by the name Superwoman. It's actually like line, Superwoman, line. But her name is Lily Singh. And she makes appearances in other videos and stuff like that. But her name is Lily Singh. She goes by the YouTube name Superwoman. And then Rose from Titanic. When we first see her, when she steps out of the car, and at first you see the hat, and then she looks up and you see her. That's that. Which, ironically, I turned on the TV, and guess what was on? Titanic was on last night. By the time I turned it on, it was at to the point where it was just after he saved Rose, and they invited him to lunch the next day. It was at that point where it was just beginning to where she was walking in with him into the lunch. So that scene where she's telling him all the little telling him about the other guests, kind of in a gossipy type of way. That's always I don't know. That's always been kind of one of my favorite parts of the movie. Not my favorite parts, but I've always loved that part. And then we have my CW shows. We have Arrow. This is actually the Arrow, Green Arrow. He's just in his little costume. Then we have Malcolm Merlyn, John Barrowman as Malcolm Merlyn, who crosses over between the shows. Then we have Flash, obviously, and then we have the originals. And I hate that the originals is fixing to go into its final season. Love that show. I was hoping it would last as long as Vampire Diaries, but it didn't. I don't know why, because it's a good show. It was so much better than Vampire Diaries. Then we have, I got a few Paul Walker ones. I love Paul Walker. And then we got The Neverending Story. I ordered this one, but she sent this one as a little extra. She's so cute. She's so pretty. I mean, Molly is the best. And then Bones, the show Bones, which I also love, which I haven't watched in a very long time. I love it so much, but I haven't watched it in a very long time. And finally, Team Dean. So, yeah. Team Dean. So yeah, that was one order from the Everyday Stitcher. Go holler at Molly. I think she has more of my money than any other minder plays. So, what am I gonna show? I just had a thought literally run straight through my brain. I was talking about the Everyday Stitcher. Her, as well as another minder company. I think it's Nifty Needle Nannies. I think. But I know Molly has the best deal. But Supernatural, the Supernatural minders, like in the style of my Doctor Who one. Of course, my 10th Doctor one is on Callie. Anyway, it's in the style. It's like the little metal and resin type material, but they have the Sam, the Dean, the Castiel, and the Crowley. And I have pre-ordered all 4. And if you get the whole set of 4, I think Molly will do $32 for the whole set. So $8.50 each, I think, or $32 for the whole set. And I believe Julie at Nifty Needle Nannies, I think she was doing 10 apiece. So I have pre-ordered those. So those will be in sometime possibly in October, maybe early November. So that's something to look forward to. But I gotta stop ordering minders. This was actually an outstanding order. This was back from, I don't even want to know when I ordered these. I probably ordered these in August, or maybe late July, or early August. But I've already been talking for 45 minutes. Do I want to go ahead and go down my list of new watches? Considering I hate the new way that YouTube, I hate the new YouTube layout. And upon suggestion from somebody else, I did go in and put that I wanted to go back to the old layout, but it doesn't actually change it. So you see the old layout. All it does is put in a request that that particular user would like to go back to the old layout, and it gives you a reason why. And I just put that it doesn't show my new subscriptions in relation to my previous videos, which is something that I need, because I can't remember. Half the time I don't write this stuff down. So when I get ready to do a video, I just go and look at when my last video was, and then the old layout would show you, you watch this video, then you subscribe to this person, you subscribe to this person, you watch this video, and on like that. The new layout doesn't do that, and that irritates the living crap out of me. So I'm gonna shout out the ones that I know I subscribed to recently. So we have Reading and Stitching, which is I think several people have already shouted her out, as well as Mrs. Vendsel, Mrs. Vendsel, Vendsel. Then we have Stitchymaq, or Stitchymaq. I don't know. It's Stitchymaq. So Stitchymaq. I think that's how everybody else is pronouncing it. Then we have Rags to Stitches USA. Tammy at Color Cascade Fabrics has a YouTube channel, and she's the one that showed the little small sneak preview of what their mermaid style is going to look like. She showed part of the stitched border, like maybe a corner of the stitched, the full piece, like the corner of it, the border. It is so unbelievably blingy, and just like, I was glad that I had already pre-registered for that. So if you haven't already, go do that. It's gonna be fabulous. And I don't even like mermaid. I need to start amending what I say about things that I don't like. I'm not generally into fantasy creatures. I'm not really into fairies. I'm not into dragons or anything like that. I do have a thing for a phoenix bird. Mermaids, between mermaids, fairies, dragons, elves, gnomes, that type of thing. Mermaids would probably be at the top of the list because, Little Mermaid, Ariel. I do like a good mermaid if it's artfully done, if it's pretty. Hence my Soda Stitch Princess Mermaid. So obviously I'm not completely against all mermaids. It just really has to tickle my fancy, so to speak. And then Jen's Stitching Niche, and I think several people have already mentioned her as well. And then finally, just this morning, actually, I subscribed to Flissy Fish Cross Stitcher. Haven't had a chance to watch her yet. I think she only has a few videos out, so shouldn't take long to catch up on her. So that's going to be it for me today, guys. I've already pretty much told you all the personal stuff at the beginning of the video. So I am just going to quickly do a little before and after editing on this and get it uploaded. I have to leave for work in about an hour, so hopefully I'll have it up. Hopefully it'll be at least be uploading by the time it actually gets to be 11:30. I should be able to come back next weekend. So until then, hope you guys have a great week, have a great Stitchy week, and I will see you guys soon. Bye.